Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm gonna film my labor and delivery story. I hope that my camera and all of this going on looks okay. I got a new camera which I'm so excited about, which hopefully I can do a video within the next couple of weeks or so about the camera. But other than that, I don't want to keep rambling. But today we're going to talk about my labor and delivery story. So if you want to know about my story with my little princess, just keep on watching. Okay, so to start off, we're just gonna, if you watched my last video where I talk about my third trimester, in that video I said that I went to the delivery room 3 times, the labor and delivery 3 times before actually my baby girl came. First 2 times that I went into labor and delivery, my baby girl was not ready. I was having contractions, and at this point I was already 38 weeks the first time I went, and then at 40 weeks, I was almost 40 weeks the second time I went, and then finally the third time that I went, when she was actually born, I was almost 41 weeks. So I did go over my 40 weeks. I was about to turn 41 weeks that Thursday, and she was born that Tuesday. Wanted her out, like I wanted her to completely get out of my body. I was so exhausted with this pregnancy towards the end, especially because I have a toddler, I have a 2-year-old, so trying to keep up with him and then trying to keep up with myself energy wise was just, I was not having it anymore. Like I couldn't keep up. I was trying everything, and I'm going to tell you guys the things that I tried. I was trying to induce my labor naturally, so I tried té de oregano. That was one which one of my friends recommended. I tried pineapple, to eat pineapple. I tried that one. I tried going like up and down stairs. I didn't actually go to stairs. I had like a little stool, so I would climb up and down the little steps. I tried sex. Okay, so that's 4. I tried taking hot baths. I forgot what else. I think that's all the things that I tried. So I tried 5 things. Oh, of course I walked a lot. That's pretty much it. So I did 6 things trying to get this baby girl to come out of my body. At the end, I was feeling, like I said, contractions, but they were not consistent. So the first 2 times that I went in, obviously they were consistent when I was going in, and then they would go away. So then when they would put me on the monitor, they would be like 1 every like 10 minutes, 11, 12 minutes, like far like that, and they were not as strong. So towards the second time, they started getting stronger, and mind you, my contractions started in the back. Like I didn't feel my contractions towards my front area. Mine were in my lower back. So to me, that was completely different than with my son. I was like, wait, I don't know if these are contractions. And the reason why I would go in was because I felt like she was really low. Like I felt like if with one push, like un empujón, she was gonna fly out. Like I felt her really low on my body, like down there. So that's why I would go in, because I was so scared that, you know, what if I go from 0 to 100 and then she comes out, you know what I mean? So that's the reason why I would go into labor and delivery. Like I said, the second time that I went in, I had a little scare with one of the midwives there, which I explained in that video, with shoulder dystocia. So if you guys don't know what that is, or you want to know about that, go watch my other baby video that I had before this one, which explains and talks about all of that. So finally, when I went in the 3rd time, I was like, please God, please, I don't want to come out this time. So when I had my last appointment, which was my 40th week appointment, the doctor recommended that I made an appointment for an induction. So we went ahead and made the appointment, so that way I wouldn't go farther than 41 weeks. So my appointment was actually on the day that I was gonna be 41 weeks, and we made the appointment that day. And I didn't make it, obviously. Hold on. Sorry guys, I had to be my princess because she wants mama. She's actually hungry, so I'm gonna bottle feed her right now. So we made the appointment, right? And whatever, I just wanted my baby to come out safe, if that makes any sense. Of course, like everybody else does. And I wanted everything to go as smooth as possible. So finally, the third time we went in, I was having contractions. I was 3 centimeters dilated, which I had opened 1 centimeter from the last time I had gone into labor and delivery. And mind you, in my 39th week appointment, they scraped my membrane. So if you don't know what that is, it's pretty much, you know, when they go and check you to see if you're dilated yet or effaced, so on and so forth, they kind of like go with their fingers around your vaginal areas to kind of like help you kind of like naturally start labor, so your body starts contracting. So they did that to me twice. The first time that they did it at my appointment, and then the second time that I went into labor and delivery, they did it again. 3 centimeters. When I got to the hospital, the doctor was like, okay, how are your contractions? You know, they monitored me, and they were still a little far apart. They were like 6 to 8 minutes, but I felt like they were getting stronger. So we're gonna keep you for like an hour or two to see if you advance. If not, we're gonna have to send you home. So I was like, oh my god, no, like what am I gonna do? Like, I'm trying to get this baby out. They told me that I can walk. So obviously I was like, hell yeah. You know, I walked just the hallways. We walked the hallways, and then at that hour I was already like feeling it. Like the contractions were getting stronger, and there were probably like 4 minutes apart, and I was like, holy cow, like it's almost time. So I kept walking until the point where I couldn't walk anymore, where each contraction that I felt, I had to stop, and I would cringe, you know, like I would hold my boyfriend and I would, you know, because they hurt. At that point, my boyfriend was tired of like seeing me in pain, so he's like, let's go back to the room and call the doctor and see if you could get admitted so we can start this process. I was like, okay. So you know, we were in the room. I was still kind of like walking back and forth in the room. Finally the nurse came in and she's like, okay, we're gonna check you again. And finally she's like, okay, how's your pain level? And my boyfriend was like, no, she's in pain. They admitted me at that point, and it was at night. No, it was early in the morning. It was probably like 6 o'clock, because I remember all the nurses were changing shifts, and then the new nurses were coming in. You know, they started looking for my IV on my arm, and that shit was not okay. They poked me 4 times, twice on this hand and then twice on this hand. Finally, the 4th time they got it down. But I was so mad because she couldn't do it. At the end, she got the other girl to do it, and where they did it, it was on this hand, and they left me like a huge bruise. And I don't remember ever having a bruise like that with my son when they put my IV. Of course, I wanted to get epidural. They ask you early on, that way they can put it in, and you know, they could tell the anesthesiologist, because sometimes the anesthesiologist is so busy and he has to obviously go around the hospital to give not just me, other women epidurals as well. Of course, you know, they have to put all that into the computer. They went ahead and put all that information in. They transferred me into the room where I was going to give labor. So after they admitted me, they take me into the other room. They wool me down. They started putting antibiotics because I had protein, I believe, in your urine or something like that. They give you antibiotics to protect the baby when she's coming out, so it doesn't affect her anyway, or her eyes or anything. So they put the antibiotics, right? And I think they put 2 antibiotics, so they need to finish 1, and then they have a time where they put the other one, and then you need to have half of the second bag into your body for them to put the epidural, because once they put the epidural, they don't know how fast you're gonna advance, And when they do the epidural, they put the Pitocin. So I actually got Pitocin. I don't know what Pitocin is. It's pretty much a medicine that they put in your IV to induce labor. So I got that done with my son as well. The antibiotics, and then my pain started really coming in. I was really in pain. Like my hands were shaking, my body was shaking because of the contractions. Okay, so pretty much you need to be hydrated, and then you need your medicine done for labor. Once they put the Pitocin, your labor can go from 0 to 100. Like, you can have the baby right now, like as soon as they put it. So when they were putting my epidural in, it's obviously it's scary, and if you don't get it, it's completely fine if you have it natural. But since I was having obviously another big baby, that I was like super scared to go natural. I didn't go natural in terms of like no medicine with my son either. So I had epidural with him as well, and I also had Pitocin. So I was like, no, like I cannot, like my pain tolerance it's okay, but to feel the contractions, and then God knows, like when you're actually giving birth, and then to like a 9-pound baby, like I don't know if I could have taken that pain. So once they put the epidural, they went ahead and put the Pitocin, and at that time they also put the catheter, obviously, for when I have to pee. They did all of that, and that was already like noonish. After that, they checked me every hour. So the first hour my water broke, and they told me that I was more dilated. I was 5 centimeters dilated, and then after that, the second hour they came to check on me, I was already 8 centimeters dilated. So I went pretty fast within an hour, and they were like, okay, you're almost ready. So then, you know, they tell me to rest. They send my boyfriend to eat. The last time that they came to check on me, I was ready. They were like, okay, you know, give me a little push. And I pushed, and they're like, hey, don't push no more. So the baby was there already, and my boyfriend was like, oh my god, like she's right there. And so, you know, they started getting everything ready. They got the bed, the nurses, and all that jumbo that comes in. And another thing that I wanted to mention is that with my nurse, with my doctor, actually my midwife, there was a student. So she was doing her residency, and she was with my doctor. So she actually did some of the stuff on me, which I didn't mind. She knew what she was doing. You know, she just needed a little bit of help sometimes. And so she actually delivered my baby. So my doctor was right next to her, obviously. So anyways, I was getting off track. So finally everybody came into the room. And when it comes to Pitocin, before I go on, some people, or epidurals, you know, some people don't recommend it because they say that it stops your contractions and it slows down labor. For me, it didn't. For me, with both my labors, when they put my epidural, I still had my contractions. Once they put in my Pitocin, my contractions just went that much, you know, further and stronger. So for me, it wasn't the case. For me, it didn't stop labor. It didn't prolong labor. It didn't make labor longer than it should have been. I just wanted to go ahead and say that because I know a lot of people are against that stuff, but to each their own. Oh, keep in mind, they give you like a little control where you can control your epidural if you want more, and it'll give you more, but it's controlled, obviously, so you can't like just keep pushing it, keep pushing it, keep pushing it. So I think you can only push like once or twice every hour or so, something like that. I probably pushed mine once or twice just because I was so scared to feel pain, to feel labor. I was just so scared. Mind you, I was more scared this time around than when I had my son. With my son, I didn't know obviously what I was getting myself into, how anything went. Everything went just as smooth, you know, thank God. But I was just so scared this time around, like, because I knew what I had to go through, you know. My boyfriend was on my left, and a nurse was on my right, and my left foot was very, like, it was dead. Like, I could not hold it up whatsoever, because with epidural you're numb. Obviously you're supposed to be numb, but you can still kind of move your body, like, not move to the point where you could walk, obviously not, but that you can still have a little bit of control of your body. So they don't like to overdose you, because then you can't push. I didn't have a problem with that, with neither. So, but my left foot was like dead, like I couldn't even hold it up. My boyfriend had to hold that side of my leg. He was on the left. When it came time to push, it was, at this time it was already 3:53. My daughter was born at 3:53 p.m. April 22nd. So at this point they were like, okay, you know, we're gonna tell you to push when you feel a contraction, and when you do, just push as hard as you can. The contraction came, and when I pushed, my baby flew out like butter. Like, it was so funny, because they were like, my boyfriend was like, they were like trying to catch her because she just slipped out. And I was like, oh my god. And you know, she was born at 3:53, and it was, you know, the best moment of life. And it's the moment of relief, you know, when they put her onto your chest and she's finally there, and everything looks great, and she's crying, and it was such a, I don't even want to cry right now, but it was such a great relief, especially because they had told us, they had scared us about the shoulder dystocia. Sorry. So when she flew out, like when she came out, obviously so fast, I was so happy. I was crying of happiness. Thankfully, she did not rip me. She didn't, you know, cut me or anything at all. My boyfriend says that, like I said, she flew out like butter, that everybody was so amazed. Like, they were like, oh my god, you did such a good job. And I was like, oh, thank god. It wasn't like so hard. Like, she came out in the first push, the first try, and she didn't rip me. She didn't cause anything down there. They finally gave me some juice and gave me crackers, and I finally was able to order food. I believe her and my son were actually the same inches and almost the same weight as well, but I felt like she looked smaller. And my mom was, she said it was because she was a girl that her features were obviously gonna be smaller, and my son just looked hefty, like he just looked like more masculine. She doesn't. She has like little tiny feet, like they look really skinny, like her little legs and stuff like that. Let me go ahead and put her down before she gets used to arms. Yeah, after that they were able to transfer me into another room until 7 o'clock. So my mom and my dad and my son actually got there right before they were gonna transfer me. You know, they asked me if I was able to feel my legs again, because obviously they disconnect all the medicine from my body, and I'm able to start feeling my body again. So they did give me a Motrin after I ate. That way I didn't feel like any pain or anything like that, like soreness. They asked me if I could get up to go to the restroom, because you're supposed to pee a certain amount so they don't put a catheter on you. And I was like, oh god, I don't want a catheter. So I couldn't get up because, like I said, my left leg was so numb, like it was so asleep. Like, I needed help to go to the restroom, so they brought like this chair thing where you like hold on, where you stand up, and then it takes you to the restroom, and then you're able to sit down in the toilet. So I couldn't pee for the first time I went. Gave me more water, and they're like, okay, we're gonna let you try again in about an hour or so. So finally they transferred me into my other room, which is a smaller room where you're gonna have your visitors. I was able to start feeling my left leg again. So I got up to finally go to the restroom, and I peed a little tiny bit, but it was good enough for them, so I wouldn't have to wear a catheter. At this point, my mom, my dad were there. My baby, my son was there, and my son had no clue what was going on. He didn't even know nothing about the baby. He didn't want to know nothing about her. Like, he just went in, and you know how they gave you those exercise balls? Well, they actually put one, it's called a peanut ball, and they put one on my legs, in between my legs during labor. So they actually give it to you because they cover it up, obviously, and then they clean it. They actually give it to you to take it home if you want to. If not, they toss them. So I had it in the room, and he, as soon as he saw that ball, like, who was mom and who was dad and who was the baby? Like, he had nothing to do with us. I mean, he just turned 2. Like, he doesn't really know what's going on yet. So he just started these last couple of days. My baby girl's already 3 weeks old. He just started being like more affectionate towards her. Like, he'll touch her, he'll get close to her. He actually held her. So he's gotten used to the point where he's seen her here every single day. So he's like, she ain't gonna go nowhere. So they came to visit me, my mother-in-law, my father-in-law, my brother-in-law, my sister-in-law. Oh, actually, my sister-in-law didn't come because her daughter was sick, so she didn't want to come. And that's it. So they all came at the same time, and the nurse had told me that I could only have 3 to 4 people, and I was like, holy cow, like, you know, because obviously they all came at the same time, plus my parents were here. So my dad actually went outside, and then my boyfriend, I don't know how he did it, that he just went into the room at the same time with everybody, and they didn't tell him anything. So they were not there for a long time anyways. They were probably there for like max 30 minutes to an hour, if that. And they came and they saw the baby, and I took pictures. Finally, it was the next day, and you have to get all those paperwork done, birth certificate, pictures, you know, about you, about baby, making sure she passes all her tests, her hearing tests, her blood tests, her sugar levels, because when she was a big baby, they do more sugar blood tests, the one on the foot, to make sure that her levels are okay, because she was a bigger baby. Plus, on top of that, you have to deal with your breastfeeding. Luckily, the breastfeeding was going good. She would latch, and she would get my colostrum, but then she would kind of let go. So my nipples started getting cracked. They started hurting, to the point where I couldn't latch her on anymore. Like, it was painful. It was too painful. So we had the nurse bring me some like little pads and some little like nipple stuff, which I am gonna share with you guys all that stuff in my breastfeeding video, which I am gonna do. The only thing that I did not like, that I had to go back, was that the birth certificate lady wasn't there. So when you're not legally married, you know, through law and through court and stuff, like, the father needs to be there to sign the birth certificate. If not, he's not gonna be on it. That's one thing that I hated, because the lady never went, so we had to go the next day. Other thing that starting to get anxiety about was her eating, because she cried a lot the first night because she was hungry. She was crying so much, and my boyfriend was like, we're not gonna go through this again, because with my first delivery I refused formula. Like, I was like, no. And my boyfriend's like, we're not gonna do that again, and you know, if you don't have anything yet, if nothing's coming in right now, then you have to feed her and you have to give her formula. So he was like, we're not gonna make them suffer because I don't want to, if that makes any sense. So that's another thing that we weren't really happy about, because the nurse, she didn't want to give me formula, like, because I was explaining to her everything that was, you know, happening, and the baby would still cry, and she was like, maybe she has gas. And I'm like, how's she gonna have gas if she doesn't eat? And my boyfriend was just like, you know what, you need to give us some formula. So in the end, she came in and she's like, okay, well, you're gonna have to sign a paper. And my boyfriend's like, I don't care, we'll sign whatever paper we need to sign, but you need to give us some formula. Obviously, and she has a boss, so her boss came in and she's like, oh my god, like, you know, you want to give her formula, it's okay, mama, that your milk hasn't came in yet. And she gave me a hug, and you know, she gave me a little kid of formula, and then you know, she made me sign the paper, and then they left, and then the nurse told me how much to give her. So my baby downed the formula like this. Like, she drank it and knocked out for a good 3-4 hours after that. And because one, she was exhausted because she hadn't slept. All she was doing was crying. And two, she finally ate. So she, after that, she was such a good baby. She passed her test, her hearing test, stuff like that. The other thing that they do is the pictures, which I'm going to show you, which are so cute, which I would recommend you guys to do the pictures there and actually buy them. Don't just take them. Actually buy them, because I actually bought my son's pictures as well, and it's such a nice moment that you're gonna get to share with your friends, well, your family, and that you could keep for yourself and that you could keep for them. So for my son, I feel like I actually did buy too many pictures, but with my son, they didn't have the packet that I'm gonna show you guys right now. There's like, give you like this cute, like, isn't this so cute? This is what they call like their keepsake box. Like, it's a box where you can put all their stuff. So you're able to choose these pictures, and her name is Adeline Aleda Roman. So they put that on here, and then they put April 22nd 2019, which is so cute. So this is how the box looks. And then in the packet that I got, it actually comes with one canvas picture, and this is the picture right here. She looks beautiful. Let me give you guys a close up. She looks beautiful. This is my favorite picture right here, and which is why I got it in the canvas. And with, like I said, with my son, they didn't have this packet, so I got the biggest packet, which was the same price, which was like $110, and it comes with prints as well. Yeah, and then it also comes with this little book. Oh my god, you guys, this little book is so cute. And this little book, you could like obviously give it to her when, you know, she's older, her birthday. And then there's a picture of me, my boyfriend, and her. And then it's kind of like a storybook. So I thought this was super cute. I wish they had this packet with my son, because I would have gotten the same packet. I actually got all of my prints in 5x7 because I didn't want to get any other size, because I felt like the 8x10s are big, and plus 8x10 pictures are pretty much for grandma, grandpa, and then for myself. Like, nobody else really puts big pictures like that. So it also came with this one right here, which says her name, the date she was born, how long she measures, so on and so forth. And it has my name and my boyfriend's name on there, and you can choose pictures, kind of like an announcement. I think that's what it's called, an announcement picture. And then it comes with this one as well, which says her full name. These are all her pictures right here, and all of these pictures are gonna go for brothers and sisters, and his brothers and sisters, and his parents, and obviously my parents. And she's just so cute. I love it. This one's probably one for me, one for my mom, because obviously his mom doesn't want one. This is one of my favorite pictures right here, and that's my boyfriend's hand. I love this picture so much. And this one too, it's so cute. So obviously we took these pictures, and I got it was 8 sheets of pictures, and then you get the other 2 that have like her name and weight and stuff, and then plus you get the canvas, the book, the box. So I thought that was a super great deal. I felt like this deal was actually better than my son's, because with my son's it was just pure pictures like this. It wasn't anything else. So I loved it. I'm actually gonna order a canvas of my son, that same size. That way when I have my house, I can put them up together. Another thing that I wanted to share with you guys was that my nurses were all fantastic. My midwife was amazing, and everybody there that took care of me was pretty great, except for that one time that the nurse didn't want to give me formula, but you know, I kind of understand. But other than that, everything was great. I had everything private. I had my own restroom, both rooms. I had my own room. I didn't share with anybody. So everything was great, and everything went you know, amazingly well. Okay, so anyways, I went and started rambling about my beautiful princess pictures, and yeah, I think that's pretty much all. After that, we finally made it into our house with our beautiful princess, and everything came out great. So I hope this video wasn't long and it wasn't chatty, but I hope you guys enjoyed my labor and delivery story, and I hope yours was just as smooth, or you know, I hope you guys have a great delivery, and I hope you guys don't come across any complications whatsoever. And I pray that all of you guys, if you guys are expecting to have a beautiful, healthy baby, and yeah, I hope everything goes good for you guys. But thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe, like, and share my video, and I will see you guys in my next video.